Alright, so we're out here by the meat chickens and they are just over 3 weeks old. So they're gonna get fed on a 12-hour on, 12-hour off rotation. If you feed them 24/7, they gain weight really fast and it increases the odds that they can die of health problems or get too heavy that they will actually break their own legs. And so they get fed in the morning, try to keep them full on food until about 8 o'clock at night. And then usually they're usually out of food by then, and so I don't worry too much about coming back out here. I do fill up their water bucket at nighttime. They've got that Plisson water, and so we just fill up this 5-gallon bucket of water, and Dad's gonna go up into the field by the cows. Don't pick your nose, please.
Why?
Ew. Anyways, we have this Plisson water down in there. Watch out, watch your head. And that is just gravity fed from the bucket. That way we don't have to get in with the chickens and fill their water. It's a lot easier to just dump a bucket of water in there. But anyways, they're out here. They just got moved onto the fresh new grass. There's a little more?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Do you want to dump it in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Open it for me.
Good job. Perfect. A little more? You gotta bang it on the thing, on this wood. There you go. Good job. That's good. Thank you.
Little more.
That's okay. We'll feed it tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah.
They got moved onto fresh grass. We were waiting every couple days, but this is a day's worth. They got moved yesterday morning. And so we're gonna start moving them every day. So they'll get moved down the side of the driveway. Hopefully by the time we get to the end and come all the way back, it'll be time to butcher them. So that way this will hopefully have time to come back nice and green before winter time comes. We don't want to leave them on the grass for too long like this. This is the first couple days and it's just slightly too long. So the grass gets burned and then it's going to take a lot longer to come back. So we'll be moving them every day now and get them on fresh grass, get them food in the morning, fill up their water at night, and that's pretty much all we do with them. They're pretty easy to take care of. What I wanted to do today was kind of get an overview of the field. We fenced it last week when my niece Haley was here helping watch the kids. Nice. And so I just kind of want to get drone footage over where we got fenced. Cows have been loving it. They haven't been bawling their heads off out there. And actually the pasture that they were on that was completely nice. Completely grazed off. It's actually coming back nice and green. So it's actually been raining every couple days and everything is staying really green and beautiful out here. Alright, well hopefully you can hear me over the wind. So their original pasture was way over there and we just fenced up across the top of the hillside and went down kind of where it gets thicker in the trees and then headed back down to the barn. So hopefully this will last them till winter when we can get hay.
Mom, I made my one for Eddie.
Nice, good job, buddy.
Two.
One for you and one for Ellie?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you love your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are good brothers.
Two.
Yeah.
Small one and big one for me.
Nice.
And small one for Eddie.
Good job. The other thing I wanted to do was kind of do a garden update. I'm really excited because it's actually growing this year. Last year's garden was pretty rough. Nothing really grew. It was just really wet soil where we were at in New York. We had a really hard time. Probably just wasn't doing it right. But the garden before that was in Washington, and it did pretty well, except I was giant pregnant, and so it was just a lot to maintain. This year though, I've kind of got it pulled together. It's growing really well, but so are the weeds. So I guess I should back up and show you. So the garden got planted as soon as we moved here, which is about just over a month ago. And so the garden's been in for just about 4 weeks, and it's all growing really well. I was worried at first because I thought the transplants had like a lot of shock and they were kind of yellow, and I thought maybe I needed to fertilize, but everything came back really well. So this is the entrance to the garden. It's all fenced in with like 8-foot fencing, which is awesome because I guess we have elk out here sometimes. We got this big nice maple tree at the beginning, and I'm still working on cleaning up some stuff. So you kind of come through this little archway from the maple tree and whatever these are over here, out into the garden space. And like I said, the weeds are growing amazing. They're just ridiculous. But I took the rototiller kind of around the edges so that I could control it a little bit better. But I guess we'll start over here. This is probably the biggest weedy mess. And I've got strawberries planted down in here, and all the asparagus came back and went to seed. It's actually producing some stalks still, but we're mostly just letting it go to weed or go to seed. And then I've got this grape back here that actually put out a whole bunch of new shoots, and it's starting to wind around the fence there. So we're just gonna let it cover the fence line. I'll have to look and see what kind of grape it is. I know it's a table grape, and actually I think it's called a Somerset grape. I'll have to double check. But it's doing really well. The one that I planted as a bare root is not really doing anything. And it doesn't help that it's surrounded by weeds too. But it's starting, it kind of looks like it might push out a little node there, and maybe on the bottom. You're back! But I don't really have like super high hopes that it's going to do anything. If anything, next year we'll get a new one and see if we can replant it. The other thing is I had planted a tiny little rhubarb out here when we moved, and it's actually coming in pretty good. And then I weeded this area and discovered that this is the old rhubarb, but I discovered there's actually 2 of them. So this is a totally separate plant than this one. So we have 3 rhubarbs out here. I like to make a lot of stuff with rhubarb in early summer especially. Kind of a nice treat while you wait for the rest of your garden plants to come on. I planted some zinnias out here, so I'm waiting for those to bloom, but I've got something eating them up a little bit. I think they'll be okay. Otherwise, my dahlias, which looks like a giant weedy mess too, but I swear these are all dahlias. These big bushy ones. There's like 60 something of them planted in here, and they are starting to push out new buds. So we should have flowers probably in the next week or so. I know I saw one, I think over here. This one's starting to push out a new flower, so I'm excited to see what it'll be. I should have marked what kind of dahlias they were when I put them in the ground, and that would have made it easier. But I know that when I dig them up in the fall, I can still read my markings on the tubers, and I should be able to identify most of them. So in the fall, these will get dug up, and I'll split all the tubers, and then that way I have more for next year to plant. And then next year we're gonna really concentrate on trying to sell cut flowers. Next year we'll get into the farmer's market, sell cut flowers, sell pork, sell chicken, maybe do vegetables. It's really gonna depend. That's not like an area that I'm super interested in selling, but we'll see. I did plant way too thickly some cosmos. So these are all cosmos, which are, there's just way too many. And then a couple sunflowers, which was a poor choice to put them together, but that's okay. This entire area is not completely weeds. This is all watermelon. So I'm super excited about that. They just keep putting out these runners everywhere.
Making walnut.
No, we're not breaking the watermelon. But they've all got new little blossoms on them. So I do have these weeds. I don't know what this is, but it's everywhere. So this is the corn. I'm really excited about this. I've never had corn actually grow. Every time I've started corn, it gets super stunted and it doesn't do anything. And I am really excited, especially since it's...
banana peonies.
You're stepping on my peonies. Well, good thing there's not any there. Anyways, I'm really excited, especially just being planted at the end of June. I was kind of worried it wouldn't catch up, but we planted a super short day corn. So I think it'll be fine. I think it'll produce before the end of the season. This is the cropland of corn next to us, which is what I was comparing to, and it's taller than I am. So I'll just be thrilled if this produces corn. Next to the corn, I have zucchini. See, here, Henry, you want to pick one? You want to pick a zucchini? I've got, I think there's 5 of them here. Zucchini. Do you want to pick it? You see this big green thing right here? You can pick it. You just twist it. We might have let it get a little too big. Can you go grab it and pick it?
It's too big.
It's not too big. Come here. I'll help you. Come here.
Scary.
What's scary? It's just a plant, buddy. You just twist it off like that. There you go.
Whoa.
Whoa, it's a zucchini.
A big zucchini.
Do you want to make chocolate chip zucchini muffins? Yeah.
I'll make it now.
Not right now, but pretty soon. Okay, we'll take it in the house. How's that sound? Yeah. I'm really excited that all the plants are finally big enough that the kids can be out here with me and they're not tromping on tiny little seedlings. So it's really nice. Oh, nope, don't get in there. Yep, go around. Just kidding. He just walked through all the broccoli. Anyways, most of it though is big enough that they're able to go around them without trampling all the plants into the ground. So anyways, all of our zucchini plants, they're getting huge. I'm really excited. So we should be getting lots of that soon. And then, oh, yep, got a little baby one right in there. I have pumpkins back here mostly. This is what's really weedy and I just need to come in. Did you put it down? Good job. This is the weediest area, which I don't particularly care too much because pumpkins spread everywhere and they'll probably end up just choking out all the weeds. So I'm not gonna worry about them. These are all pumpkin plants here, yeah. Well, the pumpkins aren't growing yet. You gotta wait. They're just starting to get blossoms on them. See, we got some right there. Little blossoms. Right here is butternut squash. And it got really big. So I'm excited about that. And so this big area right here next to the zucchini is all pickling cucumbers. We tend to eat a lot of dill pickles, and so I'm really excited about this, especially how much it's completely just taken over. And we've gotten a couple cucumbers off of them, but not a lot yet. So pretty soon we should be getting enough to actually be able to make pickles. I'm super excited about that. And then the dill is planted right next to it, and so I've been trying to keep it weeded. But this also like voluntarily popped up all over the garden too. So if I don't get enough here, there's plenty around the house and around the edges of the garden. The other thing is all of our tomato plants. I didn't get them trellised. I really should have, but like I've been concentrating on the garden, but I haven't been super focused on it because we've been doing a lot of other stuff here. So like this is just kind of sprawled out all over, but that's okay. They'll be fine. Here's a whole pile of them. If anything, they probably just need airflow is my guess. So we'll see. Pull another one of these weeds. Good grief. Yeah, and then I've got cherry tomatoes because Colt likes them, or at least he says he likes them. And so they're starting to get bunches on them there. And then I've got these big, I don't remember what kind these were. Beef steak or something maybe. I do have a tag out here somewhere. tomatoes, and some of them are starting to ripen, so that's exciting. And then I've got peppers out here, and I know I saw a green pepper out here the other day, right there. And then I've got banana peppers, because those are Brady's favorite. So they're starting to produce. And then the ones on the end here are jalapenos, and I haven't seen any blossoms on them yet. Oh, I guess there's one right there. Just a little blossom, so that will be a pepper. But jalapenos, so we can make some salsa. And then I've got celery planted out here. If you can see that, those are celery. We mostly use it for soup. And then green beans. I was really excited. They've all got blossoms on them, and these are bush beans. I'll have to look and see what variety they are. Anyways, they've got a whole bunch of little blossoms, so we should have green beans soon. And then I actually planted a second round, but I found a different package, and I thought these were bush beans, and they are pole beans. I've never grown pole beans before, so now I'm gonna have to go find a fence or a piece of fence and trellis these on that. Anyways, for right now, this is what the end of July garden looks like. Lots of weeds, but lots of things growing. Lots of things that are going to produce soon. So I'm super excited.